certified most accurate. Now your TV5 First Alert forecast.
Good Saturday morning, mid-Michigan. It's a bit gray out there for us today as we've got some cloud cover that's moved back in, but also some snow across the area. Here's a look at the Mount Pleasant camera. Pretty gray out there. You can see a few spots where it is a bit darker out there, and we do have some precipitation moving through. We'll take a quick look at your temperatures, though. We're looking at, for the most folks across the area, those lower to middle 30s for us. Even a few upper 30s already working in. Alma and Owasso both at 38 there. Holding on to the freezing mark, though, up there in Houghton Lake in our far northern counties. Now, as we take a look at our sky tracker, we do have some snow moving through. And you'll notice here that it does look like a large portion of the area, especially north of the bay, is seeing that snow. However, remember that your radar is looking at most levels of the atmosphere, but not necessarily exactly what's making it to the ground. So just above the ground, between essentially the ground and where that snow is located up in the atmosphere, there's a dry layer. And so the snow is falling through that dry layer and evaporating, or because it's solid water, ice, we're calling that sublimation. So essentially the snowflakes are just disappearing on their way to the ground. So you might see a flake or two make it down, but otherwise, if you happen to check the radar on your phone or the internet at any point today and you see snow overhead but nothing at the ground, that's why. It's just not making it all the way down. Now, on hour by hour, it does show that the snow continues to move through, but again, it should stay mostly above the surface, not making it down to the ground or causing any issues for us. As we head into the early afternoon hours, it's possible, again, that we see a flake or two for most folks, but other than that, we do see the drier conditions holding forth. Now, we do also have the clouds. Those will hang around throughout the rest of the day today, but temperatures should be making it into those middle to upper 40s for most folks as we get into the evening hours before we cool down as we head into the overnight. We've got winds out of the east for areas north of the bay, and that means we're bringing in some cooler air from over the water into portions of northern mid-Michigan, keeping those temperatures on the cooler side. Otherwise, we should be looking at those lower 30s to upper 20s. Going into the afternoon for tomorrow, absolutely fantastic for any outdoor activities you have. Lower 60s for just about everybody, unless you're along the water. As you can see, places like Oscoda up there to Harrisville, holding on to those upper 30s to upper 40s. So if you're right along the lake shore tomorrow, likely going to be a bit cooler, but inland, we're looking at those lower 60s. Lots of sunshine out there for us as well. And as far as the chance for rain going forward, about today is the only chance for any real precipitation, and it's that snow. Other than that, we're dry going through all of this next week and potentially even into next weekend. If we do see anything, those chances will be very, very low. Temperatures after today in the 60s and 70s for the rest of the 7-day forecast with lots of sunshine.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.